Hi guys, I'm back again. So there's this video that is trending online. There's sand in a bowl and a scoop was taken off from the sand, and then there's a rod that is going around that sand. But with time you notice that that particular hole in that sand was gradually covered. That is the process of forgiveness. It was not just an ordinary video. You know, forgiving someone is you letting go of pain, hurt, anger that was caused by a hurt. A lot of people have been hurt by their parents, by their friends, by their loved ones, and not everybody knows how to handle pain. You know, offense is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Offense is inevitable in the sense that people will offend you, people will hurt you because nobody is perfect. We are all flawed. Be it family, be it random people or friendship or even business partners, a lot of people will hurt you. But you suffering from that hurt is optional. I'm not saying that you will not feel that hurt. Of course, you are bound to feel that hurt because we have a hormone in us that is responsible to respond to things like that, to hurt and to anger and all of that. Of course you will feel it, you are human. But how do you handle such? How do you grow? How do you forgive yourself? How do you forgive that person? You know, there are lots of things that look like forgiveness and they are not forgiveness. Like you acting like that hurt never happened. Shutting down the remote. You know, I use the metaphor of shutting down the remote in the sense that you don't want to watch another channel. If one channel hurts you, let's say an event hurts you, you are allowed to go to the other event, like looking at the sky and seeing how beautiful the sky is, like thinking of how beautiful your family member is, or thinking of a love moment or an enjoyable moment that you got previously, like taking a breath, you know, and enjoying and being thankful for that breath of life because you are healthy, thinking about your health and all of that. Of course, you are going to be hurt, but how do you handle all of that is what I'm talking about here. You know, a lot of times we allow this hurt to be in us that it becomes destructive. Yes, and these are questions you need to ask yourself. Is this hurt, is this emotion constructive or destructive? A lot of times you think you are punishing the person, but you are punishing yourself because when you see that person, there's a sense of resentment, there's a sense of anger that is being raw within you. And in that instance, you are hurting yourself because when you live with resentment and unforgiveness for a long time, you program your mind to begin to think in a certain way. And because of that, you create a pattern of life. And that pattern of life tends to affect you in the way you relate with people and in the way your health goes. Because gradually it begins to creep into your health. Your health will begin to fail because your blood pressure is high because of anger and disappointment. Depression begins to come in. A lot of things, as I've said earlier, there are a lot of things that look like forgiveness, but they are not forgiveness. You acting like that hurt never happened. You're allowed to mourn your pain. You're allowed to mourn. You're allowed to take a time off to heal. You're allowed to do that. Don't act like that thing never happened. Because if you're covering up and acting like that thing never happened, you end up hurting yourself. Because that pain exists. There are tools you could use in forgiveness. If someone says something hurtful to you, you can take a deep breath. Taking that deep breath is you taking your mind off. You acting in such a way that we create a comfortable environment for yourself. You meeting that person and talking to that person. Yes? And you not relying on that pain. Of course, I'm not saying that thing did not happen. I'm not saying you should act like that didn't happen. But there is nothing you can do. It's already happened. You can't change it. There is nothing you can do about it. It already happened. You have to look for a way to move on. You have to find a way around that process. And let me tell you, forgiveness is not a sudden thing. Forgiveness is a process. It's not something you just wake up and do it. Forgiveness is a process, because there are instances where you try to forgive someone and that person is not changing. So in that situation, what do? Instead of holding back, instead of holding yourself, think of the good things that person have done to you. Think of other good moments you guys have shared, and just forgive. Try to put yourself in that person's position, because nobody has the same understanding as you do. A lot of people will criticize you. Just know that a lot of people are flawed and imperfect. So you just have to forgive and move on. Stop dwelling in the past. Forgiveness is not a present thing, it's a past thing, past actions, past memories, past incidents that cause you pain. So except you heal, you cannot move forward. You can't develop yourself. It stops you from reaching your full potentials. It stops you from reaching your full goals. So you need to ask yourself, what am I doing that looks like forgiveness but is not forgiveness? You keeping quiet, you refusing to mourn your pain, you acting as if that thing did not happen. And you know, one thing that helps with forgiveness is you talking it over. You talking to that person. If you find out that you cannot heal on your own and that thing keeps hurting you, you need to talk to that person sometimes. Even if that person does not acknowledge what they did, there is a fulfillment, there is this closure you tend to have. And when you want to explain how you feel to that person, you need to explain exactly how you feel to that person in a language that will help that person to understand. Like I've said earlier, not everybody has the same understanding as you do. So forgiveness is a whole process. Forgiveness is not something you wake up and do immediately. Forgiveness is a process of you trying to heal. And it's possible for you to heal. Like I've said earlier in this video, offense is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Once you hold on to pain, it is you that is being hurt, not that person. You know, the Bible says, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive others. Another thing that helps is that you pray to God, you talk to your spiritual leaders. All of that will help you in forgiving that person. You speak to people, you speak to friends that are emotionally impartial and balanced. You speak to them, tell them, this is what is going on with me, this is how I feel, this is how this thing happened, can you help? And I'm sure they will be very much happy to help. If not, when you keep holding all of this and holding on to pain and hurt, at the end of the day, you deny yourself a lot of things. And one of those things is self-denials, and you telling yourself that it can never be you. And you tend to miss opportunity. A lot of people have missed it in marriage because they feel like because a man has hurt them, other men are the same. There are good people. A lot of people have missed business opportunity because a business partner have hurt them, and it's clearly evident that they need a business partner for investment for their business, but they hold on to that pain that was caused previously. So please, if it takes for you to talk to someone, if it takes for you to talk to that person that offended you, please talk. And in the instance where you are the person that needs someone else's forgiveness, give them time to heal. You don't offend people and tell them how to react. Of course. And when you are giving apology, do not give apology with excuses. You know, there are 3 R's when it comes to forgiveness. The first one is reconciliation. The other one is the first one is responsibility. The second one is being responsibility, the extent that you saying how you taking responsibility for your action and telling that person that you are sorry, not giving excuse for what you did. Yes. And another thing is remorse. Be remorseful. Be remorseful. Show that person that I'm very sorry that I hurt you. Be remorseful about it. And the next one is renewal. Show that you've changed. Show that I'm sorry for behaving this way, honey, your husband or your wife. I'm sorry for behaving this way. I promise you, you're going to see a positive change towards this. These are all of these things that you need to do. So if you find this video helpful, please subscribe, share, like, and hit on the like button, and comment your experience on forgiveness and all of that. Yes, and if you know somebody that needs your forgiveness, kindly go and beg for forgiveness. And if you are the one that has been offended, please try to heal, try to feel better for your own self, for your own good. And see you next time. Bye.